Hello, hello, hello.
Well, hello to you too. All good with you?
Hello, everyone who is watching this live or on replay. StreamYard is actually working today. So I have the fabulous Denise here, and we're going to be talking about Denise's journey and how she has become limitless and really done amazing things around setting boundaries in your life, right?
Yep, that's very, very true. Yes, yes.
So we're going to talk through that. And yeah, so basically the other day I had Sandra all ready. We were sat in here, ready to go live. And then the circle of death just started going like this, kicked us out of StreamYard. So then I went onto Facebook and did a Facebook live. And anyone else that was watching was saying invite them on the live apart from Sandra. So I ended up doing a whole live with Sandra commenting, trying to get onto the live, and it just was a shit show, basically. So today, hello, we've managed to go live, and I've actually got Denise with us, not on comments, chipping in. So yes. So when did you join Limitless? Like, when did you tell everyone? Like, when did you come across Donna and I?
I came across the two of yous over COVID, and I just had I remember just going online and listening to the two of yous and thinking to myself, gosh, I like the girls, and so I sort of dipped in and I dipped out, and then the money frequency came up, and it was a 21-day challenge, and I just thought to myself, do you know what? Stop just listening and go ahead and sign up for it. And that's exactly what I did. So I signed up for the 21 days, and then as part of that, I had the opportunity to get a one-to-one. And of course, I just thought, do you know what? I'm just going to do this. And I phoned, and it was Donna then that had taken that one-to-one with me, and it was immediate. It was just immediate. And I knew at that stage that I had been given an opportunity to be part of something that was going to be really good for me. And the timing of it, I had just left a job that I had been in for 17 years. And after leaving it, I was sort of still mulling around, not really sure of myself. And all of a sudden I just thought, oh, this has just come at the right time. And that was, I joined the Limitless program then in August of this year.
I love that. And Donna's just saying there, and I'm the same. Like, basically, you've been stalking us since 2020.
Yeah. 2020. I've been a stalker.
You've been stalking us for 4 years. It's so, we get this all the time, right?
Yeah.
Women will be like, oh yeah, I've been watching you for years. And then something just, it's divine timing, right? It's always divine timing. So then something just appears 4 years later, which was money frequency for you, right? So, and then something felt aligned for you to sign up. And Sandra's here. She's like, yes, again on the text. Yes, Sandra, we've managed to go live. Just saying. But yeah, so yeah, bit of stalking, did money frequency, and then you got the opportunity to have a conversation with Donna, and I remember Donna coming to me and saying, oh my goodness, I've met this woman called Denise, and oh my God, she's just gorgeous, and her accent, and she's just amazing, and I would just like love to have her in our program. And you did.
Oh, I did. And I do feel really, really privileged to be part of the community, and I think that's the bit that came with the initial conversation, and even with the money frequency. You were part then of this community of people linking in every day, and updating on the small wins in life. And all that positivity just started to come through. And that was a real starting point for me, just to be surrounded by that positivity. Yeah,
I love
it was
that.
really good.
And what did, like, just to explain to people, because obviously we know the power of the community, right? We spend hours together every week, right? We've just spent 8 hours together over the last couple of nights. And it's like, can you like articulate the power of having like-minded people around you in a community?
Oh my goodness. To know that you have, and I suppose I've always referred to it as a safe space.
Yeah.
This beautiful safe space to be vulnerable and to be a vulnerable woman in a world where there is an expectation that you can be everything to everyone. And to have that space to be able to say that you are either happy, sad, feeling emotional, going through things in your life, not really sure where it's going to take you, try out new ideas, even just for people to hear your voice. And voice has always been very important to me, to hear your voice in that different community of different women from really different backgrounds, but knowing that we all share that vulnerability at times, that we can then just go on to our links and just talk.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beautiful bit about all of this program. You never feel exposed. And with that, there is a strength that comes every day that just builds up inside of you, because you know that you have this, or you have cheerleaders, you have people there that just know you. And I think that that's the beautiful, really beautiful thing about all of this. Yeah. And this program.
So well articulated. And because we, me, myself included, right? Donna and I lead sessions, we still are vulnerable. We shall still share things, don't we? So it's for all of us. And it's like that. Where can you go where you can be seen, be your authentic self, talk about your feelings, whether they're positive or negative, without any judgment?
Yeah.
There's only love, isn't there? Like there isn't any judgment. The only thing is love. And sometimes when you're with your loved ones, or you're with your colleagues or other people, because they're invested and they've got their emotions and they bring them to the party, we quite often share things, don't we, in this community that we would never, ever, ever say to anyone else.
Most definitely. And I think that that's you. It's all about, when I talk, it's all about Denise. And everyone around the calls have no expectation that and have no knowledge. They just see you for who you are. And I think each day, as part of the community, you're striving, like everyone there, to be that better version of yourself.
Yeah.
So because they don't have that, oh, I knew her from 10 years ago, or, there were, it's all so new and everyone is so supportive. And I think that's the beautiful, again, I keep using that word, the beautiful thing, because it's so unique.
Yeah.
To have that power and that support from other women within this community, and men, because can't forget James.
Yes, James is it. James is one of my important practitioners, and we have men in money frequency as well. So And before we talk about boundaries, because that is what we're going to talk about, you also came to we had a mastermind day in London, which you flew over for, didn't you?
I did.
Where we had, I don't know, 15 of us in a room in July. I can't remember. September. I don't know.
September.
Yeah.
It was in September, and oh my God, I was so excited. I was so excited to meet the two of you in person, because you think, will it work online? But you feel the energy online.
Yeah.
But by Jesus, when you're in the room, the energy is electric. I mean, it is just unbelievable. And you feel it. And when I left London that night and I got onto the plane, and the learning, and I think that's the other thing as well about all of this and all the programs, is I left my job after 17 years. but I didn't really understand why I had left it. And I moved into a new job. But I've been given these tools and this learning from all of these programs, which are really helping and supporting me. Yeah, in so many ways. Yeah.
I love that. So yes, so you left your role, you've been there 17 years, started in your new company. So just tell us how, with the tools from Limitless and Mind Coding, because you're a new coder too, just tell everyone and come to the in-person event. I mean, you've gone all in, you're fully committed. Like there's no half measures here. Doing all the things, but just tell everyone, by doing all of the things and going all in, like what difference have you seen in terms of results in your life and your boundary setting and your communication?
I have seen huge differences in my life, and in very different, I suppose, different areas of my life. And this time 2 years ago, because my work environment was very high pressure, I realized now I was very much that people person. And if you wanted something done, you went to Denise, and I would have taken everything on, and I was the reliable, safe hands. But that came as an expense, that there was an expense to that, in that when I went back home, my expectation within my home environment was then that my husband either had to be the be all and end all for me, had to do stuff for me because I was working so hard in the office. And that expectation of my family became a lot higher, and also other relationships as well.
Yeah.
And then within a friend circle, again, just, anybody needed to go out, I was there. You got a problem? I was there. And I suppose over the last number of months, it's been very much around really starting to think what will work for me, and to take time to make the choices. And oh my God, even just doing those things within work, the effect of that within my home life has been, oh my goodness, it's been second to none. That pressure, that release, it just isn't there anymore. It's like the scales, the balance and the scales has just got so much more. I feel more level. It's the only way I feel level for the first time in my life. And I suppose with that then comes a lens in which I'm looking through life in a very different way.
Yeah.
And all of those things have been through the teachings, the community, the experience, the going to London, taking that time out to invest in me. And that's what this program does. In so many ways, it gets you to stop. It gets you to sit down. It gets you to think about, what is it that you really want? And the only person that can change it is you. And I had to set boundaries. I had to learn to say no. I had to learn to say it was all right not to want to do something.
Yeah.
And not be the people pleaser that I probably have been over the last number of years. Yeah.
I love that. So you literally you communicate, it's just so clear and succinctly. I love it. Because like you say, in your old role, it's like yes, as you're going down, and like you say, then it's bringing tension at the home with your family. So we always talk about, it's in the book, them two words, no. That word, two letters, no, and that one word, no, can have such a meaning and a narrative around it of what we think people will think about us when we say no, i.e. people pleasing. And then we start saying no, and what do people go? Okay.
That's all right.
Just go, all right, don't know. Okay. You're like, why the fuck did I not start doing this 40 years ago?
I know. And then the energy, that's the other thing as well. You have this energy because you're making that choice and you're saying no. And then you're just doing what you want to do and you're happier in that. You're just happier.
Yeah.
And I suppose over the next couple of months, and I have been saying this just within the group, I just want to have a bit more fun and be a bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
But that's an outworking of everything that's happened over the last number of months.
Yes.
And if I hadn't found the two of yous, that never would have happened. And I can genuinely say that, because the balance of that personal development, that spiritual insight, that guidance, and you know, that safety of where I am at the minute is just, it's down to the two of yous.
Thank you. And you.
And me.
Sorry, everyone, if you can hear Angus barking in the background. Yeah, it's not just down to us. We'll just wave our magic potion on you, and all of a sudden you wake up one day and you're like,
Oh
no,
gosh.
no, happy. I mean, you put the work in. Come on, let's be real. When you get in the trenches with this work, it can be fucking tough, can't it? When you start doing it.
Oh Jesus, it is, because like you're sitting there with this blank piece of paper going, I think I'd rather clean the bathroom right now, or I could do this, because you've always got distractions.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you have this accountability.
Yeah.
And that accountability call every week, you're going to see either Donna or Cheryl, and it'll be like, well, what have you done? Have you done it? Like going, yeah or no, why? And I think that accountability is just, it's so good. And I think that's the bit that really helped me with my boundaries, because you can talk the talk, but you still have to get right down to the basics of where do I want to be? Because nobody else is going to do it for me.
Yeah.
So where am I going to be? What I want to do.
I love that. I love it. And it can be uncomfortable, like change. So the reason you're able to say no, and the reason you feel happy, and the reason your relationships have improved and work's improved, because you have literally worked so much on your inner confidence, on your belief system, on who you see yourself as and who you believe yourself to be. You're now stepping out as the real you, as the real Denise, unapologetically, and be like, well, this is me. I'm going to set the boundaries and I'm going to say what I want out of life, and people can come along with us or not. Do you know what I mean? And that's because you've done the inner work. Where before, when we're people please, we're trying to prove ourselves to others, and they've taken on more work and can be draining. You can't change the external boundaries and relationships until you do the inner work, which is what you have done, which has now led to the boundaries and the happiness and the fun and all of these other things, like you said, the outer things, because you've been committed to doing the inner work, to work on creating it. It's not like a new identity. You've gone back to you, right? You've just dropped all of the bullshit and the limiting beliefs and the fears.
And you just summed it up there. It's dropping the bullshit, and at times, because you're in your own wee world and you think to yourself, it's all about me. You have to get over yourself, and you have to get down and dirty, and you have to be open to the fact that there's things about you that you don't like, and there are things that need to change. And this is ongoing. This work's never going to stop.
No.
This will change, it will grow. But the beauty of all of this is that growth is the bit that keeps you going.
Yeah.
There's just that excitement, or that I'm really excited, but it scares the shit out of me. Feeling when you get up, like being here today, scare the shit out of me. But it's when you actually do those things, that's what makes every day that little bit more exciting. And as a woman, in my 50s, worked all my life, and maybe it is that time, and but this is a beautiful time for women.
Yeah.
And it's not a time just to get caught up in saying yes to everybody. We've said yes all our lives. We've done the hard work. We've brought our children up. We've done everything that we've been told to do. And maybe this is our time, my time,
My God,
your time. And that's what has helped me being part of this community to recognize that. Yeah.
I love that. I've got a spiritual stiffy, Denise. Inside joke.
It is. Oh, it is. Definitely is an inside joke.
So I was going to ask the question, but you've kind of answered it. Like, just to round off, what would you say to a woman, because Limitless is for women, a woman who was sat here watching this live, listening to your message, but is thinking, oh, I'm not sure it's my time. I'm not sure it's for me. I'm not sure I've got what it takes to change. Yes, it might work for Denise and not me. What's your final message for them?
My final message, and if you're content where you are at the minute, well, fair play to you. But there's so much out there that is so untapped. And, you know, this, to be surrounded by other women that can help and excite you and give you that bit of enlightenment to know that there's so much out there to see and so much out there to do. And we all have the right to that. Every single one of us just needs to sit down and recognize our own beauty and how amazing we are and how unique we feckin' are, because we are. And I think that sometimes we don't hear it enough. We just don't hear it. So any woman out there, Jesus, if you'd have met me 4 months ago, 3 months ago, I could hardly say my name without crying. Here I am today, and there's so much more to do. And if I can go on a Facebook Live and do this, then oh my God, anybody else can do it. Just give it a go. Take the risk, give it a go, and just see what happens, because it's all so good. It really is.
Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. John is just saying you need your own podcast so we can always hear your wisdom. But I mean, given that it's like your first live, you're really good at it. Just saying. You're really, really good at it. Just saying. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for your comments. If you're watching on replay, please put your comments in. If you've got any questions for myself or Denise, come and ask us. And you have the opportunity right now to request a conversation with Donna or I. If you send us a DM either on Facebook or on whichever platform you're in, we're easy to find. We're like a rash. We're all over. But if you send us a DM saying boundaries, you want to work on your boundaries, you want to go from feeling overloaded, overwhelmed, scared, fearful, to feeling be more Denise, hashtag be more Denise, then all you have to do is come and have a conversation with Donna and I, and we'll see if you are a right fit for Limitless. But it's just, you know, we just love, Donna and I can talk about how the cows come home, about how fabulous we think the program's on, but the powerful message is, like, so you've been stalking us since 2020, showed up in 2024, now you're doing all the things, and then look at what's happened when you've done all the things. We just want this for everyone. Like, we want every woman to feel like you. We want every woman to be and feel and experience what you're experiencing. So please get in touch with us if you want to request one of these precious conversations, because, you know, we don't just let anyone in Limitless. Very exclusive place. Very exclusive place. But yes, Donna's just saying you're total natural, which you are. So thank you so much for gifting your time and coming and sharing your message so succinctly. I can hardly say the word succinctly. on this fabulous Friday. So I hope you have all enjoyed watching and listening to Denise's message as much as I have having the conversation. We'll definitely be getting you back on a lot more lives in the future, just saying.
Thank you so much. And everyone have a really happy Friday and love you loads, Cheryl.
Thank you, guys. Right, I'm going to end the stream and then me and Denise are going to have a chit chat. Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend, people.